So my name is Michael Privot. I'm Belgian, living in Belgium, Brussels. I'm the director of the European Network Against Racism, and I'm also an expert in the field of Islamic studies and a committed Muslim who try to make change in his community and the wider society. I participated in the International Visitor Leadership Program in 2013. So that was a very interesting program, actually. It was focused on civil rights, anti-racism, interfaith and intercultural dialogue. So it brought me across the United States from the West Coast to the East Coast. And I met a whole lot of people, academics, activists, people in the institutions. So that was an amazing tour, actually. My main takeaways from the program were really like a great network of contacts. I think that I kept in touch with many of the people that I met. I followed their activities. Some of them came to Europe afterwards, and we facilitated their contact making here in Europe. It's also like seeing the commitment of the activists is also something amazing, and also their creativity. It's also about looking at the work that also dedicated people within the institutions, within the administration, be it the Department of Justice or other places, try to change things from inside, also using a very critical, I would say, but friendly relationship with the civil society outside to really make a change in a society, in a complex society. And what I took away from is also the experience, really bad and good, of the First Nations in their work to claim their rights, work in advocacy, and I thought it was also something very useful to bring in Europe. These are kind of the few important takeaway for me. So then the European Network Against Racism is, as it says, is a network, and is the only pan-European network that works on advocacy to bring racial equality within the European institutions, starting from there, and then trickle down the legislation, the guidelines at the level of the member states. And we do work, of course, with our network members, which are NGOs, civil society organizations, trade unions, faith-based organizations, migrants organizations, think tanks, to try to also then bring the change within the legislation at the national level, improve ways of redress for the victims of racial violence or racism. And also build the capacities of our members, try to build a movement, connect the anti-racist movement to the broader movement for change and equality in Europe, the environmental movement. So that's the kind of things that we do on a daily basis, make our societies like more equal and more inclusive. I think that's definitely my passion in life, and I have it in my work. That gives me that great opportunity to be in a place where I have tools to make change with my colleagues, with my members, and also as an academic that is also having like the 2 feet in life and in a community. I'm also trying to bring the critical social sciences to the field of faith, and I'm trying to help myself and fellow Muslims to try to think how they can adapt their faith to the challenges of modernity, of secular societies, liberal societies, self-reflexive societies. So these are is just this idea of trying to be more open, inclusive, and make sure that everyone can be at the place he or she or they wish to be, however they are, with the full spectrum of their personality. So be it on the legal side or the more faith or academic side. So my identity as a white Muslim male, converted, it's 25 years that I'm Muslim now, I wouldn't say it's challenging. And yes, I have a great deal of invisibility in society, and that's definitely a benefit. I'm not profiled by the police because of the way I look, and compared to, I would say, young Muslims of, I would say, Moroccan, Turkish, or sub-Saharan background, or women wearing the headscarf. So definitely, I don't have this. I don't have to be confronted to the glaze of the people on the streets, and you know. So that's for sure. Now, the fact is that I've been an activist in my community for quite a number of years. That I was also part of organizations that were profiled by the police for various reasons, and. Yes, then I faced the profiling by the police, by the secret services, and today also I took clearly my distance with that, and until today I know that it has had an impact, and it will keep on having an impact on my career. Doors that are closed, people that refuse to meet with me, people that refuse to go into contract with me, administrations that are blocked for no reasons, that, oh, he was part of this and that movement and this and that organization like 10 or 15 years ago. So here I kind of feel the pinch, but it's because I'm more of a public person. Otherwise, I think it would have gone unnoticed. But I know, and in terms of my identity, I always said I'm a Belgian. My identity is being West European, liberal, and not being in a position where, you know, I would have some sort of a conflict of identity whereby I would feel that I need to become a Muslim, i.e., depending the way and by which community you get converted, becoming an Arab or becoming a Turk or a Chechen, or you name it. So for me, it was rather, my journey has always been like, if Islam is a universal faith, there is no reason why I need to Arabize myself or Turkize myself. And so it's up to me and colleagues to forge that new identity of being a European Muslim. My homestead dream for the future is that really we would be able to live in societies that are, where people can really enjoy their equality at its fullest, and you know, where the existing structures of oppression that we see, like patriarchy, sexism, racism, classism, unbridled capitalism, are really like broken down, and that we have moved to something where really much more collaborative, inclusive, equal. So I think that's definitely the kind of things that I would like to see happen, and the goals that I set for myself, or the kind of ideal world I would like to see happen. It's a horizon. We have to struggle for it. Keep trying. And don't discourage yourself, even if there are things that are, you're trying to go against the tide, but keep trying. Keep also challenging yourself, challenging your opinions, challenging your views. Keep challenging what you think are your hardcore evidence on life. Because, there is always some part of truth in your opponents, in the views that they articulate, and you have to go and reach out for it, so that you can really complexify your understanding of the society, of the world. And I think it just makes us richer, more understandable to the reality of the people, much less judgmental at the end of the day. But we need to keep challenging ourselves all the time. That's something that I advise for myself first, and then for whoever wants to use it.